Hey everybody, it's John, and I just wanted to give a quick demo of the Lightroom plugin and how you can use it to distribute content. So once you get it installed, it's really easy. You basically just put it inside of a folder, and then you'll have a resource folder, and you'll want to change your icons in there. That's your home screen icon. That's what will appear on a phone if they mark it to the home screen. That kind of gives it its little app icon. And then you can also change all of your sharing links and stuff like that in the resources if you want to make it look a little different. But let's head on over to the web module. And so once you get it installed, up here you'll have a Pro Image Share listed with all of these. So basically you click Pro Image Share, and then you just want to go through here. The web app title, that's what will appear under the icon on the home screen if somebody, when they bookmark it. And then the footer text, that's what appears down here. The word copy is replaced with the copyright symbol, so if you just leave that there. And then J&B Children's Photography, that's the name up here at the top, and then we have the phone number and the email, and that's all. You can change all of that. And then you also have Google Analytics. So if you have a Google Analytics account, you could create a ID for this particular gallery, and then you could put that in there, and then that way you could track the usage of it if you want to use that feature. And then you have all of the sharing icons. That's all of these icons here. So when they click on that, what will it say when they share it with Twitter or Facebook, or when they email it out, or they share it with Pinterest, or if you wanted to add the Google Plus icon, you can do that, and then they can share it with Google Plus. And you can turn any of these off or on that you want, so you can decide how you want to share your content. And you can choose to repeat them at the top, or you can choose to just leave them down here at the bottom. Repeating them at the top is handy because that way when people get into these galleries, a lot of times they'll click here, and if you had them at the bottom, they would just start scrolling through there and never know that they were able to share them. So then we have video. You can add a video. So right now the video is at the bottom. Here it is. You can't view it here in the browser. We'll show you on the phone here in a second. You'll be able to view the video. And you can add a video from YouTube or a video from Vimeo, and you can, if you wanted to, you could check this and it will put the video at the top. So if you wanted the video to be the first thing that they saw, you could put it at the top, and you could have both. You could have a Vimeo at the top and a YouTube at the bottom, or vice versa, or both of them at the bottom, or both of them at the top. It's up to you. Then you have a footer graphic, and that's this down here. Right now I have a link to the purchase of the plugin, but you could use that for a lot of things. You could use it for a form. You could use it to actually allow them to download high-res images. If you wanted to, you could create your little icon, and it could say download your high-res images here. Basically create that little JPEG or GIF. You place that onto your server, and then you just basically tell it where that image is, so that way it'll pull it in there. So you just give it the full path to it. So mine's Pro Image Share / buy now is the name of this icon. So you could, or that JPEG, and so you just basically just give it the path, and it'll show up in here. And then you can decide the link. Right now mine goes to the PayPal cash register to be able to buy, or PayPal checkout to be able to buy the plugin. But you could, like I said, you could make that a link to Dropbox, and they could download their images, or you can make it to a form, or you can send it to whoever, or you can not even have a graphic there if you don't. You just leave these blank and no graphic shows up. Then your identity plate, that is what's at the top. You do not have to use the same identity plate you're using inside Lightroom. That's just what Lightroom likes to call it. So you can just basically click there and say customize and go and pick another graphic, or you can have none up there if you don't want anything up there. You don't have to have an identity plate. Then you can have the link that identity plate goes to. So if you want it to go to your website or wherever, you can decide where that goes. And then all of the colors are customizable. Everything from the background to the links to the the header color, the footer color. And then we get to these two little check boxes. This is enable offline caching. Now you can check that, and what it'll do is it'll cache to the device so that they'll be able to view it offline. There's a little bit of server side setup, and there's instructions on how to do that when you download the plugin. Most servers are already set up. It's basically, it just needs to serve the .manifest file type, and most servers are set up to do that. That's why it has a list of files that it needs to download. So you have to give it a list of files so it knows what to download to the device, and that's basically it. And then enable offline caching progress bar. That's just a little spinning wheel that appears to let them know that it's downloading, but if you didn't want that to appear, you could uncheck that and it wouldn't appear. Then we have the labels. This is what appears right above right here in this area. You could put whatever text you wanted there, or you could make it, just go to edit and you could pick, the labels. There's, anything that Lightroom can pull, you can basically have it show there. I would probably just put, some kind of call to action or text. And then you have, let's go back to the main menu. Then you have the large image size. This is what would be used for like an iPad Retina or something like that. It would pull from the extra large image. So if you want to, for them to look good on an iPad Retina, I'd, bring that on up, so that it'll look good. Then you have the large image. That's what's kind of used for an iPhone. I put it at 960 because that's what iPhones like. But if you want it for the the Galaxy Tab or whatever, maybe you want to put that a little bit higher. And the small image and the thumbnail image size, and you can decide whatever you want. And then you have a quality slider for all of those. Then you can also decide if you want to add a watermark. So if you wanted to have a watermark across each image, you can add that here. Then we have the permalink. Now this is important because the permalink is what's shared when they click on Twitter or email or Pinterest or Facebook or any of those. This is what it shares. It shares the permalink. So you want to tell it where you're placing them. Now I'm putting mine at proimageshare.com under a folder called Gallery, and then this folder for this particular website that I'm going to create is called Example, and that's what I'm going to create there. So you basically just make sure that this last little part, make sure these match up, and then you can look down here, you can see the path. Public HTML, that basically stands for proimageshare.com or myphotos.com or whatever yours happen to be. That would be the public HTML folder. And then you have Gallery, that's the folder that it's going to, and then Example, so that's the permalink, and so you can kind of check that as long as those match up. And then you also have password here, so if you want to do, we'll just put pass in there, just kind of show you, it will create so that they have to type in a password. So password protection, that's probably best, boudoir photography or something like that, where they didn't want everybody to be able to have access to it without a password. You can add a password to it, and if you just leave it blank, there'll be no password. Then that is pretty much it of all the features that you can customize there. But then you'll just want to hit upload after you configure your FTP, and you hit upload, and it will upload that to your host provider. And then we'll go and look and see what that looks like on a phone. So let me pull up my phone here, see if I can get my phone up on this computer here through Reflect 2626. Let me see if I can get it up so you can see it on the phone. Oh, there it goes. Let's pull it up here. Mirroring. There it is. And so I'm going to reload this. I've already kind of loaded it on my phone, but I'm going to delete the icon. Let's go and view it. So basically, you would just send to your customer that permalink. So EXAMPLE, and then hit go. And there's the site, and you can see the little downloading icon saying that it's downloading it to my phone. And there's the prompt to tell them to bookmark it. So we're going to click on that, and they'll bookmark it. And there you go. Now you have a little icon on your screen that they can click on and go and view their pictures. And if they turn it sideways, it will just reconfigure. Oh, we lost our signal. Come back. There it is. So if you turn it sideways, they basically just reconfigure to the phone, and now they have that nice little app icon so they can share it with their friends. And then we'll go and look at it on a browser. So let's go to that website, and here it is. And like I said, it's great because it just reconfigures itself to whatever size. Well, it's reloading. And there it is. And there's the video, the button to buy it now. Like I said, it's just going to reconfigure itself no matter what size you make the screen. It's just going to reconfigure itself to that size, which is, I love that. That's just a great way of, you know, making sure your pictures show up the way they're supposed to. There's no need to crop them. They're always going to look like the way you wanted them to look. So that is pretty much it. If you would like to purchase it, you can click on the Buy Now button. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me at john@proimageshare.com, or you can give me a call. I'm really easy to get a hold of. If you have any features that you think you might like to have added to it, let me know. And I'm always looking to, if we can do it in Lightroom, I'll try to add it. Now the $69 is a one-time fee, and you'll get upgrades for life. So I've already sent out several upgrades to the users that have it now. I plan on supporting it because I'm using it in my own studio, so I'm just going to send those updates on to you. So it's a one-time $69 fee. Thanks a lot. If you have any questions, give me a call. It's a great way to distribute your content.